look,
listen.
Welcome to episode 144 of Horizons. It's the Pokemon podcast you listen to for Pokemon Horizons. It's the Look, Listen cast.
And other stuff.
That too. No Taylor this week because as longtime listeners from last week will recall, he's on his month-long vacation across Serbia, across Turkey, across Istanbul, across Croatia, all the places.
I thought he was moving.
Yeah, that too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's all over the place. Guys, look, we got ourselves an episode of Pokemon Horizons, and I'm sure you're excited to hear about that because I'm sure you're saying to yourself, how come every other week there's some nonsense, let's cover a 5-minute social media clip of a Cubone and a Snorlax? How come we're covering a bad Pokemon movie? Well, it's because every other week, they won't give us an episode to cover. I'm sorry. Okay, but today, you have no reason to complain because we got an episode of Pokemon. Isn't that right, Geesin?
Yeah.
Can you please tell the listeners which episode of Pokemon we're watching this week in English?
Navi's Little Big Adventure.
Or in Japanese, Navi no Chisana Daiboken. All right, Geesin, before we discuss this episode of Pokemon, let's go to the first segment of the week, commonly referred to as Geese of the Week, What You Been Peepin'. I wonder who we named that after.
Who's to say?
Geesin, I believe we can start off with something we've both watched today. We both watched it. We both watched a little film by the name of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, I'll begin, Geesin, and then you can discuss it as well. Well, I mean, we're going to have a conversation about it. We both watched it. Right off the bat, too long. Second off the bat, too many screaming kids.
Look.
Laughing kids.
It was really long. I was surprised how long it was. But also, yes, there was a whole family, ?
Oh, Lord.
In front of us who were just getting up, leaving, coming back, throwing things, just talking throughout the movie. It was not great. I
had to get up and say something to them, and that did quiet them for maybe 30 to 40 minutes. But wow, that was rough. I feel so bad. There's entire scenes of that movie. I have no idea what happened because all I could hear were the screaming children. So
there were even like small children. They were like teens.
Yeah, they were like 13, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, like middle schoolers.
And the weird, strange, quote unquote, adult that was with them also didn't care at all. He got a popcorn refill 15 times. It's a cultural thing. Whatever. But it's so long. I don't want to rewatch it. We watch it, but here's the thing. Geesin, of course, loves to learn what I want to see movie, and she says, I'm not going to do it. I wanted to see it Screen X with the 3 screens because it's not an IMAX because darn Christopher Nolan took all the IMAX.
It was too much. I would have been too overwhelmed. Like Spider-Man the movie spoilers.
Big spoilers in the film Spider-Man Break of Dawn, Brand New Day.
Twilight Eclipse.
Spider-Man does get overwhelmed, and the whole time I was thinking, he just like Geesin for real.
Yeah.
He get a little sensory overload a little bit. And that happens to Geesin. And so she can't handle 3 screens, even though I would have loved 3 screens. Maybe I'll watch it again because there's at least 3 scenes that I didn't grasp anything.
I mean, you have the AMC pass. Just go for those literal 3 screens.
I know. It's just so long. Here's what I'm going to do. New plan. Drink a bunch of coffee, use the bathroom multiple times because there's going to be a lot of times to go. It was a good movie, I suppose. For the first 4 hours of it, I was thinking, this is not as good as the first 3. But then I think by the end, it got me. There's big spoilers in it. I'm not going to get into the spoilers about what characters appear or whatever. There was a lot of stuff I was not expecting that I did not know was going to be in there, actually. So that's good. Like I said earlier to Geesin, I guess I did get spoiled on the big spoiler, but I didn't realize it was a spoiler, so we're okay. We didn't really get spoiled. We only technically a little bit got spoiled. Am I right?
I didn't get any spoiled because I'm not online like you.
Wow, shouts out. So what are we thinking, gamers? Was this good? How did you like it compared to the first 3? Homecoming, No Way Home, and Far From Home.
I don't know. I'm trying to think because I'm reflecting back on my feelings on the movie. I'm like, it was a fine movie. I was engrossed, to say the least, but I did several times be like, this is still going on?
Yeah, I could not believe there was a whole additional act after I thought it was wrapping up. Shouts out to the little boy who's the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world who was sitting next to us. He went, Tom Holland, he plays Spider-Man, when Tom Holland gives a little interview before the movie starts saying, thank you for watching Spider-Man. But even that poor boy had to sprint to the toilet to pee because it was a 7.5-hour movie.
I thought it was okay. I don't think the graphics were fine.
Graphics.
Not the graphics. The CGI was fine. I think it's been better or maybe more interesting, but
here is the most important thing I need to say about this film, and I'm sure a lot of gamers out there were feeling the exact same way. I was shaking in my seat wanting to say something so bad. Every frame of this movie is a nod to Spider-Man for PS4 and PS5. Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac Games on PlayStation. Literally, full missions from that game are in the movie. All the attack animations, literally, spoilers, I mean, this is in the trailer, but like him, the way he webs a car and then kicks through it and then turns the car with his web, it's all straight from the Spider-Man PS4 game. So I bet the team in Insomniac right now is losing their minds, excited at how unbelievably this movie is a love letter to that video game. And there have been Tom Holland interviews lately where he says, yeah, I love the Spider-Man PS4 game. So if you like the Spider-Man PS4 game, you're going to love watching this movie because you'll go, ooh, I know that. Ooh, I know that. Ooh, I know that.
Yeah, Tom Holland's hot. Shouts out to him. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about this movie. I feel like I liked it more than the last movie. I don't think I liked the last movie a lot.
That's the one with Mysterio?
See, I don't even remember. Wait,
yeah.
No.
Yes.
I thought that was the second one.
No, because then he would have had this is his first movie where nobody knows him. Spoilers, it's in the trailer.
But the Mysterio one is second. The third one is when he, with all the Spider-Man. Oh, wait, no. I like that one. Mysterio's the second.
So nobody knew him in the movie? That's not true.
No, listen to me. It's Mysterio, then it's all of the Spider-Men with Octopus Guy.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, and that's at the end of that movie. He's like, you can't know me.
At the end of the really good one? The really good one was the one where all the Spider-Men returned.
Yes, that's the last one. I like that one.
Yeah, everybody loved that one. That's a classic. I went to TCL Chinese Theater for that one. It was such a big deal.
I didn't like the Jake Gyllenhaal one.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, the last one was the one with all the Spider-Man.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. This poor movie, it can't hold a candle to all Spider-Man come back. So just for that reason, it can't be that great. I want to see it with the 3-screen Screen X so bad, and yet I'm probably not going to do it because I just don't want to sit through the movie again. It's not bad. Some fun stuff. I didn't like that he felt too alone. I didn't like it. I mean, that's the point of the movie, but I didn't really. Yeah, it's not the best Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry guys. Geese Babe, did you have more stuff to discuss this week before we start spoiling Marvel movies? I went to Royal Raiders to raid, and somebody was spoiling Spider-Man had to run away.
Bunch of nerds. I started Hacks with my sister. I've been meaning to watch it for a really long time. It's good. It's really funny, and I look forward to watching more of it. Do you know the premise of the show?
No, please tell the listeners, and also tell them where to stream this, because Taylor loves saying the name of a property and not telling anybody where they can watch it.
This is HBO.
HBO Max, the one you watch for HBO.
Yes. It is about a comedian who's had a long time residency in Las Vegas, and her stardom is kind of fading, and then there's a struggling comedian who just got fired from her job, so she helps out this lady in Vegas now.
Wow, sounds thrilling.
You would like it.
I'd love it, probably. Okay, everybody.
There's so much Vegas stuff.
Everybody does love Las Vegas. You recommend it. High scores all around.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes.
Only seen the first 2 episodes.
But I like what I like so far.
I've also been watching House of Dragon. It's still good. Season finale coming out, I think, in a couple days since when you hear this. So fun season, I suppose.
And I've been watching people's reaction of that show, and that's interesting.
Yeah. Next week, we'll report back with Ted Lasso, because Ted Lasso just came out. So I gotta try.
Yeah. I saw a sea lion today.
Shouts out to Geese Peep seeing a sea lion. All right, Geese Peep. are you prepared to move on to
Poké-news
of the week? The big Poké-news, of course, is that Bubbly Basin, the DLC for Pokopia, is out. So is Geesebeep going to play that? I don't know.
No.
Oh.
I did my time in that game.
Sad days. She will talk about Splatoon Raiders next week, though, so look forward to that, I guess. Also in Poké-news of the week, new episodes of Poketoon have been announced to be coming soon. Look at this picture. We got Whimsicott and the Pokemon's name who I can never pronounce. Masboshif. Anyway, we're definitely going to be covering that soon because they never, give us an episode to watch. And in the final piece of Pokemon news, a big exciting news for me. The Pokemon Go, Pokemon XP, and 2026 Pokemon World Championships event has been fully revealed. Runs August 25th at 10 a.m. to August 30th at 10 p.m. local time. I'm going to catch a Pikachu he looks like a spaceman, but also kind of looks like Nebby, your boy.
Aww.
And look, it's a crowned Pikachu with a cape.
That's me. Me.
It's true. Geesebeep, why don't we discuss an episode of Pokemon one more time for the people in the back who maybe they skipped ahead? What is this week's episode called? Episode 144 of the Horizons anime.
Navi's Little Big Adventure.
Navi no Chisana Daiboken. Geesebeep, can I get a one-sentence synopsis, please?
How about I give you last time on Pokes first?
That's even better. Because we're supposed to do that at the beginning, but I never remember because nobody reminds me. I gotta do everything.
Last time on Pokes, Navi finds her Pokeball and catches Ditto.
So sick. And how about a one-sentence synopsis this week?
Senpai Alt teaches Navi the way of water, aka how to Pokemon battle.
Wow, so true. We open the episode with Navi narrating. She's talking all about what's been going on, how she joined the crew, and we're gonna all be playing on our phones at the table, Geesebeep, because look, Navi got the Rising Bolt Tackler app on her phone.
Do you think it costs money?
What do you mean?
The app. Wouldn't it be funny where it's like $1 and they're like, subscribe. Oh yeah, it has to be $1. That's the only way we can get around the app store.
No, it's a private little app just for them. I don't think they're charging her. You can contact us anytime, Navi. It's official. You're officially a member of the Rising Bolt Tacklers. Now, not so sure about all this.
Do you think they have Fortnite on the phone?
I don't think Fortnite exists in Pokemon Land. I'm sorry. Pong might.
Does that have Roblox on it?
Stop it, Geesebeep. Listen. He's not, we discussed this last time on Horizons where we were saying, it was funny because a lot of the stuff that happens in this episode, I feel like is stuff we really discussed last week in terms of Ult's Senpai Kohai relationship with Navi. And I think they do pay off a lot of stuff we brought up.
But it doesn't matter what Ult thinks. The only person whose opinion matters is Captain Pikachu. And he says that she's accepted.
And so nanny boo boo doesn't matter to me, Navi. Okay. I'm gonna spoil this for all of you. This episode is gonna get a high score for me because it's so cute, so funny, so much better than I thought it was gonna be. Just based off the next time on Pokes, I had such a fun time.
I thought it was just gonna be like pretty, like Ult and Navi like squabbling about things. But
I mean, they do a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
I liked it.
And Ditto throughout the whole thing, but even from second one, so hysterical with the no thoughts, head empty, mouth open. What a boy. What a little child that guy is.
The true star of the show.
Ooh, look, Geesebeep. Oreo's got a room made up all for Navi. Arigato Oreo indeed.
It used to be Frito's room, apparently.
He never came back to it, so Oreo's just cleaned out all the stuff, put it in a pile. Now, Ult, that boy, when he sees his master, his mentor, Frito's stuff, the man he's looked up to more than anyone in his life, even more than his absentee father, when Ult sees Frito's pile of stuff, he's not pleased about it. He kind of storms away, actually, and Sableye's asking what's wrong. And he's like, nothing. We get a very dramatic scene of Ult walking away with Sableye, and it goes straight It's actually a funny cut because it was played so dramatically into immediately, Ise no deko, ready, go. And we get the theme song. Okay, we're back from the theme song. We see Ditto and Navi playing on the ship. Pommy and Snowrunt, they seem a little nervous around these new guys, but not for long, because Navi introduces herself, and now, look, they're all friends. They're all smiling. Isn't that fun? Okay. Navi, here's the thing. You gotta go on a tour of the whole ship, because you're an official member now. Let's go to the kitchen with Murdoch and El Creamy.
Michael originally watched this episode first, and I heard it on the background, and I got really excited because it was like, ooh, adults in this episode.
Yeah, we haven't had the adults in so long, and they finally have a role to play, Geese Peep. Look at this beautiful cheesecake thing that Murdoch's making. That's fun. And Murdoch says to Navi, do you have any favorite requests for food? Do you like something? I can make it for you. She says, I love omurice. And then Murdoch says, okay, that's what we'll have for dinner then.
I'm not a really big omurice fan.
I don't know if I've ever had it. I mean, I don't like ketchup anymore, so I probably wouldn't like it either. But here's what I'm going to say. All these episodes of Wonder Voyage, I've been complaining, saying, oh, every time she speaks in the third person, I'm going to take off a point. For some reason, this episode, it didn't bother me. I'm just getting used to it. So I guess they win. I lose, they win, because I don't care anymore. Because it's not losing. I'm telling you, the episode's not losing a point.
I don't think she did it as much as she had before.
Oh, she did it a ton.
Really?
But because since I watched the episode twice, I realized that she says it the whole way through, but it just didn't bother me for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Okay, we're done with the kitchen. Navi, why don't we get a little checkup for Ditto with Molly in the infirmary?
Ditto's so nervous and anxious
when he gets his little stethoscope on his little Ditto body, but luckily, he's healthy as a horse. So, shouts out. Shouts out. God, I laughed so hard at the hard cut from Ditto, fancy kitchen, fancy hospital, to the coal mines. So good. Oreo just a shoveling coal in this fantasy ship.
Yeah.
That runs off a coal.
I feel like they should switch to cleaner energy. I don't know.
There's no way. There's no way. Okay, we can't have this magical fantasy ship. There's no possible way it's making pollution. It's somehow magically, with the power of Pokemon and the power of friendship, there's no bad.
It's not even like the pollution thing. I just feel like there's more efficient ways to power a ship. I don't know.
You would have thought. Okay, at this point, Navi's realized, okay, so everybody on the ship has their job to do. That's how this place runs so smoothly, is everybody does their part. So Navi says, well, I want a job. And so she asked the kids, what can Navi do? And the kids say, well, for right now, we can start just having you help clean up a little bit. And Geese Peep, what does Ditto transform into?
A little rat.
He gets washed by the Ascarada. And we got Dreamcast music from La Chow Garden, like Sonic Adventure, early 2000s beach video game vibes. That was fun. Love that music. Great stuff. And then I guess she learns how to pilot the ship with Roy, and we see her help produce Neato Thing videos and streams. And that was fun.
Navi the Navigator.
Got him. Navi's a little bit of jack of all trades here, because she's holding up the light reflection thing, and then handing Dot a little sip, a little drink after she gets out her suit. That's great stuff. She then throws a bunch of garbage down Alolan Muck's throat and gets some shuckle juice. She's doing everything.
All the important jobs.
She does, like Geese Peep mentioned, navigate a little bit by looking through the telescope, which is her favorite thing to do in the world. If you remember her previous episode, she's always grabbing a telescope. She's always looking there.
And as a girly who often looks through binoculars, I get it.
Mm-hmm. You understand. You understand where she's coming from.
I saw a surf scooter today.
What's a surf scooter for the listeners at home?
It's a bird with a funny beak.
That's so sick. Okay, but Geese Peep, we don't have time for surf scooters. Where's Ditto? I can't find him anywhere. Navi starts searching, but instead, who does she stumble upon? Just a napping away, not doing any chores. What is going on? Who does she find?
Alt and Sableye and Ditto in his sleep form in Sableye's arms.
He's a little rock.
As we know, he likes to alternate between Sableye and Masquerada sleeping.
Immediately, Navi is annoyed that everybody's doing their part except for lazy old And what are they doing with her Pokemon as a tiny little rock? Excuse me?
And she so rudely wakes him up.
Ditto was so adorable. As a little sleeping rock.
And his little shocked face, his shocked Pikachu face.
Shocked Ditto face, yeah. Yeah, I agree. It was a little rude because she's just screaming, waking up Ult. And as she's screaming, that's when Liko's walking into the room as this is happening. So Liko's confused. Ult has no idea what's going on. He's going, what? What's screaming? What's going on? It was a whole, and he's like, why? Because I feel so bad for Ult in this scene because look at it from his perspective. It looks like he did something terrible to Navi because she's screaming, and Liko just walks in right as this happens, and Ult's half asleep in the middle of a nap. Well, anyway, we're going to cut to a dinner table. I guess they ate a cake, but didn't have time to animate it because the only thing we see is just empty plates.
Well, we kind of saw the cake being
That's
made.
true. We're earlier. Okay, everybody, here's the thing. Murdoch needs someone to stop by town for some supplies. Also, Molly needs some more potions. So somebody's got to do this. I wonder who could do this errand. Navi. She immediately gives herself as tribute. She says, I volunteer. I'd love to go. But all the adults say, Navi, you're 4 years old. You can't go it alone. You gotta have a chaperone, somebody, you know? Who does Liko suggest goes with Navi, Geese Peep?
Ult.
This entire scene, if you just watch Ditto, he's copying every single person's facial expression, and it's the cutest thing in the world.
She's like, you know what? Yes, he can come with me because I'm a team player, and I will do whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, Navi and Ult argue for a little bit because I don't think Ult wants to go. But eventually it's decided, yes, you two are going. And before you leave, I'm just going to put on this Looney Tunes record over here for your little theme song. We got Bugs Bunny in a Forest, a little Porky Pig haunted house business song playing as these two get off the ship. As they leave, it is revealed that Liko, this was her plan all along, to get them to go together so they'd learn to get along, because I bet they're gonna get along because Ditto and Sableye best friends. So
yeah,
if they don't even know each other, Geese Peep. If they just get a second to learn about each other, maybe they'd be friends. They finally reach the town, Geese Peep. As we approach the town, we get the classic 1 second shot of a couple tiny drawn Pokemon. We see a Wigglytuff, a Furret, a Steenie. And what I wrote was a very small Cantonian Farfetch standing on a man's shoulder. But I think
it's a weird perspective.
Yes, it's just drawn weird and small, and it's actually standing in front of a different trainer. But it's the way it's drawn, it looks like it's standing on a man's shoulder. And Farfetch is a big old duck. You can't just stand on him. Anyway, Geese Peep, look at all these berries. All the stars are here, and they got free samps. Navi love free samples.
I would honestly love a berry right now.
Yeah, I'll get you some berries. Oh, I got some berry ice cream, even though you hate berries.
I don't hate berry ice cream. I just, it's not my preferred.
And you got mixed berry yogurt. Okay. Navi and Ditto go to town, the free samples. They love them. Extra juicy, so delicious. We then get a scene, Geese Peep, where they're about to buy the berries from the berry vendor because it's on the list of food they need to get. But Ult didn't write down how many of each they needed. So he just says, let's go with 50 of each.
Which, to be fair, like 50 berries, but like they're not real world berries.
Correct.
They're like basically like apples is like the base size of a berry.
Right. Yeah. In Pokemon World, 50 berries is absurd. Navi, where the shopkeep says 50? Really? That many? I don't even know if I have 50 berries. Shop keeps losing it. Navi says, don't be ridiculous. We just need 3 of the Bluke grapes, or the Bluke berries that look like grapes, and 5 Iapapa berries, please. But then they get into a big fight over we're going to do the berries. I'm going to go ahead and write it down. You're stupid. You should have written it down. I'm like, at least I pay attention. I remember. But then in the midst of their bickering, they notice Sableye and Ditto just a goofing off. Did you see Ditto transforming into the different berries? Kit.
I would love a Gachapon series of that.
I'm sure it is. Okay, well, now after the big fight, Navi's going to run off to the pharmacy all by herself. She's going to buy potions. I don't need you, Ult. I'm a big girl. I can find it myself.
I'm surprised that it was her that did this and not Ult. Because
say what you want about Ult. I don't think he's going to abandon a 4-year-old little girl. Now, I got some bad news about Navi. She immediately gets lost. She's walking down spooky alleys. She's terrified. And we get a theme song. Commercial break? We get a commercial break. We're back from the commercial break. And what I was laughing about this scene is this little girl is literally from Paris. One of the biggest cities you could go in. And I believe she was always running around there by herself. But she's lost in this tiny little town.
And she didn't even have phone back in Paris. She just got phone.
But I guess she was born in Paris. So for her, it was like, whatever. So she runs in terror. She bumps into some Trubbish by a dumpster. Geese Peep's a fan of those little guys.
Probably the same Trubbish that we saw last episode. Just traveling around.
Oh, like they're just catching planes from city to city. Oh, wait, says Navi. I have an app where I can contact everyone. They'll help me for sure. Geese Peep, she left her phone in her room. What a boomer. Have you experienced that? The boomers just love not bringing their phone with them?
Don't even get me started. I literally had to buy location trackers for my parents because of this.
Oh my goodness. Doshio, what's she gonna do? Okay, let's cut to Ult. He's asking the pharmacist if a little girl with a Ditto came by. No, you say? Huh. Well, can I get some potions at least? And everything else on this list? I walked up to Geese Peep at this point and I said, I just have a conspiracy theory here. And I know we've joked about this before. He's just a little homeless boy. But is Ult illiterate? Because why didn't he just say what he needed? Why did he say, can I get some potions and everything else on this list?
I think they would have played it more.
Yeah.
Because they're not really subtle about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that'd be a weird plot line. So it's probably not true. It's probably not true. But it did make me think when Ult only said potions. But I mean, there's evidence that I'm sure we have a piece of paper where it's written down. We can't even read numbers. But maybe you can't read the name of the bears. I don't know. During all of this, Geese Peep, Sableye, talking to Happini, having a full conversation, adorable. Love when the Pokemon talk to each other.
Yeah.
And then Ult walks past a Japanese vending machine. Makes me want to go to Japan. Sorry. Sableye is at this point yelling at Ult, saying, Ult, we really got to go look for Navi. She's a little girl. She's lost. We got to go. And we once again get what we were discussing before is into the whole senpai kohai thing. And Ult saying, well, yeah, I am her senpai, so she doesn't need to look up to me. I got to look out for her. So, okay, Sableye, I'll go look for her. And I'm going to give her a piece of my mind, actually. I'm going to tell her she can't be doing this. She got to listen to me.
Now the Rising Voltacklers are concerned about the well-being of children.
Yeah. So we get a whole series of cuts with Ult asking everybody if they've seen a little girl with a Ditto. He even asked the croissant saleswoman. He looks in the cute store with the purses and the giant plushies of Cleffa, Skitty, Whimsicott, Teddy Ursa, and Minccino.
I mean, that's where I would be, TBH.
Yeah, if you were a little 4-year-old girl with a Ditto. Geese Peep, it's getting close to sunset now, and I'm getting a little worried about little Navi. Ult rushes past the Trubbish from earlier, who are now napping.
Good for them. You got to nap after a big travel day.
So true. And eventually, Ult reaches a field, and he's starting to feel really bad about letting Navi run off, as I suppose he should. He should not let that happen. She's 4 years old. And then, Geese Peep, we hear a scream. Who could that be? Ult immediately throws all the shopping bags on the ground and sprints toward the scream. Oh my God. It was Navi the whole time screaming.
Wow.
And she's in front of a terrifying Raticate. Apparently, Geese Peep, Ditto accidentally touched its whiskers. And Navi is apologizing. Ditto, what are you doing? You gotta transform, buddy. Why are you just running away? Why are you just being a little guy? He's too scared, Geese Peep. He's never battled before. He doesn't know what to do.
He's just a little guy.
And then Navi calls for help, and who appears in the sky, Geese Peep?
Senpai Ult riding on a Dragonite.
But maybe Ult isn't going to be the one to save the day after all, because Ult says, Navi, I believe your Ditto is ready for his first battle. Do you have what it takes to be a Pokemon trainer, Navi? You caught a Pokemon. I'm going to give you senpai advice. And we get music with lyrics? Have they ever done that before?
I don't think so.
2 times we get music with lyrics in this episode. I don't know what they were saying. It kind of sounded like they wouldn't have said Mega Evolution because that doesn't make sense for the scene, but it sounded kind of like Mega Shinka.
Well, when I saw this scene, my first thought was, why wasn't he on Dragonite earlier? Looking for her from the sky.
So true. That would have been a great idea. He doesn't have a telescope. He wouldn't be able to see them.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably why. Okay, well, guess we're going to battle. Ditto's running from Raticate. By the way, I know you and Taylor hate battles. I was fine with this battle. I thought it was fun.
Well, yeah, because this is like not really like a battle.
I mean, battle, but yeah, I see.
Yeah.
It's more of a, Ditto's running from Raticate. Old saying, Navi, you got to say the name of a move or Ditto's not going to do anything. So Navi says, transform. Oh my God, Ditto transforms into the smallest little Raticate. Basically a Rattata, says Navi. Raticate's reaction to baby tiny little Ditto Raticate, very amusing, by the way. I don't know if you were looking at Raticate's face.
Yeah.
Ult then tells Navi that Ditto can use all of Raticate's moves. So pick one of them. And Navi says, oh yeah, wow. What? Let me try and think. Let me try and remember. What's one of the moves he used? Bite, Ditto! Again! Oh, God. This poor little Ditto just gets smacked away so hard by Raticate's giant tail. But he does get one little bite in on Raticate's ear. That looked like it kind of hurt a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
And then he runs away. And Raticate catches up and he bites Ditto in his butt. Oh, my God. Ditto, you gotta dodge it. You just gotta dodge it. Oh, I did that a little bit out of order. So Raticate bites the butt, and then Ditto bites Raticate's ear. Okay.
Yeah, they took the opportunity when Raticate was down for Ditto to bite the ear.
Right. And as soon as Ditto bites the ear, we got Dragonite and Celebi. Dragonite and Sableye just to celebrate, and they're dancing. They're having a time. Oh, no. Oh, God. Raticate hit Ditto again, and he knocks him out of the transformation. Quick, Ditto, transform into the Dragonite right over there. Oh, now we're in business, Geese Peep. Now we can fly into the air to avoid an attack.
Now we're gaming.
Did you see how honored Dragonite was that he got picked? He starts flapping his little wings out of excitement.
Dragonite's so cute.
Geese Peep, I believe that Raticate can no longer attack Ditto since Ditto rules the skies. Use Twister, Ditto.
It's like a blow dryer effect. It's not very powerful.
Here's the thing, gamers, about the little baby Ditto that the 4-year-old caught. I think this Pokemon is level 1. Considering he's never been in a Pokemon battle, that kind of makes sense. He just does not have the stats to fight a Pokemon. I'm sorry. And so Navi just says, try harder. Just do a bigger Twister, please. And it didn't work, He just spins himself into the ground. Darn it. I think it's curtains for Dittos. Oh, well, we tried. And then Raticate gets real spooky. He maybe uses mean look. I don't know. He's using some move, a glare maybe. He's certainly getting powered up. And then Ditto gets super spooked, transforms back into his base form. Oh, my God. What are we going to do? Now, here's the thing. Shouts out, this whole time, he's given Navi a little battling advice from Senpai. And sometimes she's grateful, sometimes she argues, but I think, actually, Geese Peep, that Liko's plan is working. Through adversity, their bond strengthens.
Yes.
Did you see Ditto's little face when he decided he was going to get serious?
Oh, yes, his little eyebrows.
Oh, my God, his little eyebrows. Geese Peep, I don't believe it. The little 4-year-old girl, Navi, turns out she's a certified elevated genius because she says, right as Raticate is coming in for the biggest bite to ever happen, she yells at Ditto and she says, Ditto, I need you to transform into the rock that you transform into when you go to sleep at night.
Smart.
And guess what, Geese Peep? He did it. And it completely cracks Raticate's teeth. Now, to be honest, when this happened, I actually felt really bad for Raticate.
Yeah.
We never in this show see Pokemon take a real injury, like, oh my God, he broke his arm. Oh my God, his teeth have broken off completely. And my immediate thought was, oh God, I hope Molly fixes his teeth or something. And then in my brain, I'm starting to think about Pokedex entries and thinking, well, actually, hold on. I think the Raticate may be okay for a certain reason. We'll find out in a second. Also, as bad as I'm feeling for poor Raticate and his chipped teeth, while this is happening, Geese Peep, we get quite possibly the greatest frame in all of Pokemon. Ugh. Angry Rock Ditto.
Ugh, I had to draw it.
Oh. Guys, gamers, he's astounding. So cute, so funny. Little angry Ditto Rock.
Good tattoo.
Please write in looklistencast@gmail.com or leave a comment if you got an angry Ditto Rock tattoo. Oh, Geese Peep, Raticate's in so much pain. His teeth chipped off. He runs into the woods. Well, Ditto wins. That's good, at least. Someone please fix that poor Pokemon's teeth. Navi then gets so excited, she collapses onto the ground holding Ditto. What did she say about it? She's like, oh, I'm so relaxed now after all that.
She got weak after. It's basically the adrenaline ran out.
Right. And thank goodness she immediately says what we're all thinking. And I think this is very smart for a kid show, too. Immediately, Navi asks what I said earlier about his teeth. And I say, hopefully Ult or the Pokedex will say that they keep growing and he has to gnaw them anyway. And then Ult does reveal that, Geese Peep. They do grow back naturally. Thank goodness.
Just like real rodents.
Wow. So shouts out to that one. Geese Peep, they knew kids would worry about that. Mm-hmm. They had to bring it up. That's the whole reason this happened in the first place. They knew he'd grow his teeth back. No big deal. Wow, Ult, you know so much. And then we get a scene, which I love, actually.
Yeah.
Ult remembers being taught by Lacey of the Blueberry Academy Elite Four. He kept up with his studying. Good job, Ult. That doesn't play well with my theory that he can't read, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he listens to audiobooks for learning about teeth, Raticate teeth. And then Geese Peep and Navi asks how she did in her very first battle, and Ult says, not too bad for a first-timer, I guess. And then she thanks him, and he blushes. He's not good with compliments.
And at this point, it's what I would call mega sunset.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, much darker oranges. By the way, this whole scene, I don't believe that Sableye ever stopped dancing. The entire battle, he was dancing the whole time. Also, Ult says, yeah, but keep in mind, you're certainly not the strongest, by the way. And now, yes, as Geese Peep mentioned, we're cutting to the real sunset. I'm talking the darkest oranges you could possibly imagine. And Navi's going to have fun riding home on Dragonite with Ditto. And Geese Peep, what a sweet scene. We see Ult smiling up at Navi on the Dragonite. And it's at this point, I think, did he remember to grab the groceries?
Nope.
Well, they make it back to the Brave Olivine. And Geese Peep, what was Navi doing on the Ult's backpack the whole ride back?
Napping.
Oh, his big homeless backpack was her pillow. How cute. This is such a good scene as she hops off all sleepy, just saying, we're back. But then she snaps out of her sleepiness and says, guys. And she's talking to Liko, Dot, and Roy. She says, guys, you're never going to believe it. I got into my first Pokemon battle. It was against Eradicate, and guess what? Ditto won. And she's so excited, and the kids are like, wow, that's super cool, Navi.
Dot at one point goes, oh, yeah, so where's the groceries?
And Ult realizes he left all the shopping, and then he and Navi argue some more, and Navi's like, well, you better go back right now, buddy. It's your fault. You better go get it. And Ult's saying, I'm thinking the whole reason I dropped him was to save you. And she's like, don't blame me. You're the little kid. No, you're the little kid. And then Roy laughs at the bickering, and I guess eventually, Ult flies back. Cut to the next morning, Geese Peep. We're on the Brave Olivine. We're flying through the skies, and Ult is up early, and he's feeding Shuckle, Palmy, Snowrut, and Sableye.
Navi peers around the corner and sees this, and she thinks to herself, oh, he does have a job.
He actually is doing some chores around this place. And Lil Ditto walks up, and Sableye says to Ult, he says, hey, Ditto's hungry too, boss.
Hey.
Over here, it's me, Sableye. And so Ult says, oh, you hungry, Ditto? Here, you can have some food. You can share out a Sableye's bowl.
Some pocket food.
Yeah, I keep this in my pocket. Eat it. But Ditto and Sableye share some food out of a bowl, and it's very cute. Shouts out. To be continued. The episode's over. Geese Peep, before we give this episode a score, I need you to tell me what happens this week in Frito's seminar with an Megastarmie featuring Raticate.
Raticate, the Pokemon who's more violent than it looks.
Wow.
Which I think it's pretty violent looking. I don't know. It has a chubby body, but do you know which part helps keep it balanced? Is it A, its fangs, B, its whiskers, or C, its tail?
B, final answer. It's whiskers.
Yes. Raticates treasure their whiskers. Touch them and they'll get mad and bite back. And then we see the animation is Navi giving a berry to the Raticate and saying, I'm sorry about your teeth. And it snatches the berry and starts running, and it almost runs off a cliff, but its whiskers help make sure that doesn't happen. And Navi's like, whoa, cool.
Very sick, very sick. And then next time on Pokeskies Peep, oh no, it's getting too hot out for the Rising Bolt Tacklers. Summertime is hitting hard, and boy, can I relate, because it is so hot here. We got all the fans on max blasters. I'm dying over here. 100 degrees feels like, and it's the same for the Rising Bolt Tacklers. And we're getting the return of Wyatt, Molly's ex-boyfriend. Are you kidding me? The tea is going to happen?
And some funky-looking psychedelic scenes.
Yeah, with Mega Rayquaza. That'll be sick and cool. I'm looking forward to next week. This next week's gonna be crazy, I'm thinking. Okay, Geese Peep, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna waste any of your people's time. This is a 9.0. What didn't this episode have? Laughs, cute, fun, exciting, not a real battle, which makes you're gonna love it.
Yeah, this one was the best it's been in a while.
And we got, I love this season, but there's a couple episodes I was crazy about, but we got food, sick, good character development. Yeah, we never get the adults. This episode was so interesting because I feel like this was the most we ever got of Liko, Dot, and Roy really being time skip older generation.
Yeah.
It was like they were really mentors, really teachers of the little kids. And I almost maybe might go above a 9.0. Who's to say? Because it's a great episode.
It was really good.
The amount of times Geese Peep was screaming out of, oh my God, Ditto's so adorable.
I had to draw Ditto several times.
Yes. He's easy to draw. The berries, the salesman, the pharmacist, the Trubbish. God, what a good episode. What score are you giving this masterpiece?
An 8.7.
So low for
Oh my God.
Such a great episode. I'm going to go 9.2, a slight adjustment to bring up the what do I always call that? The curve. Make her score safe. This episode's fantastic. Please watch it. If you like Ditto, you will love Little Navi's Big Giant Little Adventure. Little Big Planet presents It's Navi's
on PlayStation 4.
Coming out this fall. Geese Peep, that's going to conclude our episode this week. Why don't we head on over to the wrap-up?
Thank you all for listening. You can find us at Look, Listen, Cast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. Please like and comment so more people can find us. Also, thank you to Keith for our artwork. You can find him at twitch.tv/Keith2.
Shouts out Professor website for the boilerplate, twitch.tv/prof_ticklebits. Please recommend this podcast to your friends, people who like Pokemon, the cousins across the street, friends, family, neighbors. And you can send questions to looklistencast@gmail.com or just leave a comment and we will answer them for you. Yes, Geese Peep.
I have a question for our listeners.
Yes.
And I want them to respond via email.
Already fine? Are you listening?
Which Pokemon would you get tattooed?
It probably Ditto Rock, honestly.
Yeah, I think I would do that.
Everybody get one Ditto Rock. I mean, well, actually, you don't have to get a tattoo. Listen, it's not.
I want to know people's tattoos.
She wants to know people's tattoos. All right, everybody, let's get out of here. Don't get too excited about a Horizons episode next week. I'm not sure you're going to get a Horizons next week. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. It's going to be a fun surprise for you. Now, next Friday morning, is it a Horizons or is it a Poketoon or is it some other nonsense? You're not going to know until a week from today, so that'll be fun for you. Okay, Geese Babe, I'm going to need from you probably a solid 5 goodbyes. I'm going to say goodbye twice, but from you, I need a solid 5 goodbyes.
Do you say first?
It doesn't even matter, but to get you started off on the right foot, I'll start with 1 goodbye. And then now, Geese Peep, start rattling them off.
Goodbye.
Good?
Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye, yep.
Goodbye.
Yep, maybe just 2 more.
Goodbye.
The final one.
Goodbye. Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Peep. Thank you for listening to the Geese Peep Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.